I have had the privilege to spend some time exploring a new park today. Can't remember what it's called. Lettuce something trail, lettuce something park. Sometimes I subconsciously find myself doing shadow work and digging deeply, and today I have felt a little bit of everything. I was diagnosed with depression really early. I had life-ending thoughts really early. I was like maybe 11 or 12, and I just remember every day felt like a drag. I had no motivation to keep going, and granted, it was really just the desire to escape my environment and the circumstances that I'm in. But it took me time to learn that life is about transformations, and in life you'll experience death cycles, and you'll experience cycles of birth and growth and transitions, and everything is bound to change. But at the time, because when you're a child, your life experience is solely based on what your parents can allow you to experience, and I was not exposed to a lot. The few things I was exposed to were very harmful to my mind and my development. I mean, I turned out fine, but I could have been another statistic, And I had life-ending thoughts for the majority of my life, all the way into adulthood, and I still occasionally deal with self-ending thoughts, but it's been a really long time since I have, and there are a few things that I feel like contribute to that, like a change in environment, exposure to more people, so that I can hear and understand more people's experiences. But I think one of the big things is spending time outside. Every time I sit outside, I feel so privileged and marveled at the fact that I get the opportunity to coexist with the trees and the birds and the squirrels and other people. I think of plants as reflections of a lot of the major lessons we're going to learn in this lifetime. When the fall comes, a lot of plants turn color and don't make it. Some do, some don't. But if they don't make it through the fall, they definitely come back in the spring. And that's a lesson on impermanence, but how important that is, as difficult as it might be, because it means that you're meant to blossom stronger, brighter, better adapt. And that's so beautiful. I think about trees and how a lot of them are so old, but as long as they have been here on this earth, eventually they will come to their end. And it's so sad to see like a knockdown tree, whether it was because of lightning or a hurricane, or maybe even a human caused it in some way, shape, or form to fall. But even after death, they continue giving so much life. And I feel like that's a reflection of how, even though we can have experiences, learn from them, grow, move past them, and hold them as an element of our past instead of something that has to continuously define our present, there's still so much that it can do in aiding our growth. And that's so beautiful. Every tree has their own personality. Every plant has its own personality. I think about how trees and plants compete with each other for light, for water. It's hard to be a little tree with a much bigger tree taking up a lot of the nutrients from you. You're gonna have to adapt differently, but that's beautiful. It's a reminder of how no two beings are the same, and even if they are the same to some capacity, they won't endure the same experience no matter what. Similar but not the same. I think about how some grow branches to lean into each other. They look for a way to intertwine with one another some way, somehow, and that's a reminder of the importance of community and how necessary it is to have that kind of support and connection and nurture. So yeah, I was diagnosed as clinically depressed when I was like 12. And I have hard days, I do, but I don't feel depressed all the time anymore. And it's because I get to be here witnessing this. Because I know that even though this is something I'm observing, I'm not void of this experience. I am the trees leaning into each other, and I'm the trees falling behind. I am the plants that get sassy when they're not getting the amount of sunlight or rain that they're used to. I am the storm that is born when the clouds have way too much water to hold in them. Too much weight. I am the dogs that don't know how to exist without the guidance of someone wiser than them. I am the earth and the trees and the bees and the birds and the butterflies and the moths. I'm even the worms and the roaches. I'm the roots that flow through the earth and keep every being in this ecosystem connected. I am the fungus that gives new meaning to experiences that are meant to kill. Everything is literally so connected. How can I be mad that this is what I get to live and this is what I get to experience? I can't. These are the things I think about.